Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I want to talk about my 2020 wardrobe plan. I've been doing a couple videos this year all about really cultivating your style and diving in and making 2020 the year and the new decade that you finally figure out your style and get a style that works for you. So today, I thought it would be fun if I dove into my own style. My style's been evolving over the years. I've been on this journey for about 8 years now, and I've, made some tweaks here and there, liked things, didn't like things, experimented, decided things didn't work, and I've come to a point now where I think I'm at a very, very good place with my wardrobe, and I have a lot of insight into the process that I hope to just discuss with you today, kind of chatty and go through the entire process with you. So let's get started. In all of my past videos discussing wardrobe cultivation, and especially kind of seasonal wardrobe planning, and certainly when you're planning your wardrobe for an entire year, I really recommend starting with inspiration. I think inspiration is very helpful for visualizing what your style should be, what you want it to be, and it's how you can kind of take pieces and then make them into outfits. So my first step in this 2020 wardrobe plan is exactly that. I've gathered a ton of inspiration and then gone back through all of my past inspiration that I've been pinning for years to really get a feel for how my style has changed, the things that I really like, and then the things that I want to continue to change. So from that inspiration, I have a couple things that I really want to focus in on and make the highlight for my 2020 wardrobe plan. These are the things that are going to help keep me on track. They're things I've been trying to evolve since last year and slightly the year before, and are really starting to serve my personal style well. So the first thing on that list is more dresses. Since I moved back down here to where it's very warm, I need dresses because they're light and breezy and airy, and I've got just a few in my wardrobe, and I really like what they do for my style. They're very easy to put on. I can change them up with accessories and different shoes, and they're a godsend when it's really hot in the summer. Similarly, I really want to spend more time focusing on really feminine pieces and really enhancing that side of my wardrobe and my personal style. So as you know, I really like very classic pieces, and that tends to translate into almost masculine. I like things that can do double duty, so a lot of my wardrobe reflects that. But I'm really liking the introduction of slightly softer pieces, things that don't necessarily have a collar. That's something I've really jumped on board with since last year, is ditching the collar on a lot of my shirts and using that as a changing point for my wardrobe. And I really like what it does. Similarly, I really want to spend a lot of time focusing in on updated classics. So of course, I like classic pieces, but I find that especially as I get older, that tends to translate a little too serious for me. I'm liking slight updates to that, maybe embracing something with billowy sleeves in addition to a collar and buttons, and just subtle tweaks that make it feel really fresh and give me a little bit more versatility in how I can wear the piece. And then the last thing that I really want to focus my attention on for 2020 and my wardrobe evolution is really cultivating my fine jewelry or forever jewelry collection a little bit more. I love jewelry. It's something that I really enjoy looking at and wearing, and I find that it adds something really nice to my personal style because I'm really drawn to older pieces, antique pieces, and things that have been customized. So like the necklace that I'm wearing today is an antique necklace, and I love what it adds to my outfits. It makes it feel so unique and special, so I can be wearing something that kind of everyone else already has, but if I augment it with a jewelry piece like this, it feels very custom to me and my personal style. So for 2020, I would love to continue to enhance that and put more time and energy and money into that collection for myself and really focus my attention there. I'll be doing a larger video all about jewelry and kind of how I started collecting it, the first piece I ever bought, and then how I was slowly able to scale up over the years. I'm in my 30s now, so it did not happen when I was 18 or 25. It took a while, and I'm excited to see where that part of my wardrobe evolution can come into play more this year as well. The next part of my 2020 wardrobe plan is my color palette. I love color palettes. I recommend everyone have one because it ensures that everything mixes and matches and you have colors that make you feel great, because I find it's easier to feel fantastic if the colors really work for you in your coloring. So I've had a locked color palette for quite a few years now, and I plan to continue that color palette. There's not really anything that's going to change about that because I know what what works for me now. But I am excited to play around with a couple of my accent colors and really continue to add some of that light blue that I love, and then also really start playing around with more green. I like green a lot, but it can be hard to find the right green for me because I am olive undertoned, and sometimes certain shades of green can make me look very green and a little sickly. So it's important that I find something really rich and saturated to go along with my dark hair and eyes and really work with my undertone that way. So I'm excited to play with that. And then also play around with some more burgundy. I really love that color, but I have very few pieces with that color in my wardrobe. So I'm excited to add some more of that as well. The next part of this process is to really hone in on a few key outfits that I hope to wear. I like to do this every season or anytime I'm feeling uninspired. And it really helps me look at my closet with fresh eyes and mix and match things into new variations, but then also never lose sight of what I already really like to wear. So a couple of those outfits are to go with monochrome. I really love how all navy, all gray, all camel, all cream, and all white, and then of course all black. I love that as a base, and I love augmenting that with accessories and then outerwear and different shoes. And I found that when I was going through my Pinterest boards, that's something that I really like and have liked for many years. So I'm excited to really lean into that more in 2020. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm really excited to enhance the feminine side of my wardrobe more this year and play around with some of those pieces and really start augmenting the masculine and more unisex pieces in my wardrobe with those touches. So as I was going through my Pinterest boards and a lot of the recent pins that I've saved, this was definitely represented. So there were a lot of sweetheart necklines, a lot of ruffles, a lot of really beautiful floral prints, and things that feel very classic, but also very soft. And I love that. I love that juxtaposition of a really pretty blouse like this, for example, with a structured pant and maybe a slightly more masculine shoe. I think it's really nice and it works for my style. It doesn't feel too over the top, but it still softens everything a little bit, because I find that especially as I get older, it feels a little bit costumey when I wear structure on structure on structure, and I need something to break it up. So I'm really loving that, and I'm excited to play with that more in 2020. And then the last common theme that I was really noticing when going back through my pins and kind of the direction I want things to go is a really strong focus on minimal, which is kind of in direct contrast to the feminine touches that I want, but also still kind of plays into it. So I'm really loving the idea of a simple black t-shirt, for example, but with a scoop neckline and something paired with really basic jeans and then a really slim kind of neutral blazer. And something that feels almost Nordic, I guess, a little bit Scandinavian in style, but with just a little bit of a twist for my own personal style by augmenting that with different jewelry. So maybe my hoops, this necklace that I'm wearing now, and I like how those all play together. So it's not too minimal, it's not too stark, because I find that that doesn't really serve me well, and I don't really like how I feel in those outfits. But when I have a really neutral, minimal base, and then I add things on top of it, it's perfect. It plays into the fact that I lived in the city and now I don't live in the city, so I've always got that thread running through my wardrobe, and I really like that for certain moments in my life. And the last thing I want to talk about today is what I won't be wearing in 2020. So I've kind of touched on it throughout this video, but there are three main things that really stuck out to me as I was planning my wardrobe for 2020, going through my Pinterest boards, and really starting to just reflect and be really honest with myself and kind of harsh about what I want to wear and what I don't want to wear, what I realistically do wear nowadays, and what just doesn't work for my lifestyle anymore. So the first thing is I really want to spend less time wearing totally structured looks. So like I mentioned earlier, kind of tailored from head to toe, feels slightly caricature on me now, and it feels a little too costumey. It doesn't really suit my style and kind of how things have changed. And certainly now that I work from home, I really don't need to have very structured outfits. So I like having something relaxed mixed with something structured. The next thing I won't be wearing in 2020 is restrictive clothing. And specifically, I don't mean things that are tight, but rather things that I'm reluctant to wear because of self-imposed insecurities. So we all have things that we like to wear because it's just become familiar for us, and things that we avoid because for whatever reason, sometime down the line, we decided that just wasn't for us. And I really want to force myself to break out of that a little bit and be a little bit braver, I guess, with my wardrobe and just have fun, because you're only alive once, and I don't want to have opportunities and different outfits and cute combinations pass And I think that by forcing myself to do that in my wardrobe, that could translate into other things. So it sounds superficial when talking just about clothing, but I really want to start challenging myself and just really encouraging myself to not put limits on myself, because I think it's important to open up horizons. And the last thing I won't be wearing in 2020 is things from the same retailers. So I tend to go to the same couple stores over and over again, mostly online, but that's because they work for me. They really give me good quality pieces that last a long time in materials that I like and cuts that I like. But I found that the problem with doing that, since I've been doing this for a while now, is that a lot of my wardrobe looks the same. Since I'm going to these same retailers, they're working with the same fit models, the same materials, and the same cuts, the same silhouettes, and that all gets a little bit redundant if that's the only thing you work with. So since I've started experimenting with new retailers and ultimately new silhouettes and new cuts and new fabrics, it's really given me some new perspective on my wardrobe. And especially as I get older, I never want to get stuck in a rut, and I really want to challenge myself to try new things. So I think that, again, bringing it back to a wardrobe, since this is a wardrobe video, is a good place to start, because that way I can expand my horizons and really just be challenging my brain to look at things differently, make new combinations, and just have fun with things. And again, not ever get stuck, either because it's a self-imposed barrier that I've put up or something that I'm just too lazy to change. So I really want to challenge myself to not do that. And there you have it. That is my 2020 wardrobe plan. Those are the things I'm excited for, the things I'm hoping to not do anymore, and the changes I hope to make. And then, of course, the things that I really like about my wardrobe and how it is now. So I hope that you liked this and it inspired you. I really am excited to see how personal style can evolve for myself even further, because I've been doing this now for 8 years, almost a decade. So it's perfectly timed that now we're in a new decade and I'm seeing some major shifts in my style. So I hope that this was inspirational for you, and maybe it motivated you to start reflecting on your own wardrobe. And I would love to know in the comments down below if there's anything you're excited about, anything you're worried about for your wardrobe, and anything you're hoping to maybe get some more guidance on, because that can be helpful for videos that I might make on this channel. And like always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Have a great day.